Happy November 1st, everybody, and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping in and hanging out for a few. My name is Rich Charpentier. I'm the channel host, and normally we're talking about drones, doing drone construction progression surveys, and a lot of other construction-oriented drone applications. So, if you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe down below. And if you're one of our regulars here on channel, thanks for stopping by again and hanging out for a few this morning. So today, we're going to talk about my number one reason why I'm not looking into the DJI Mavic 3 yet. All right, everybody. So as drone operators, we're always excited about new drones. So here I am saying, I'm not interested in the Mavic 3. Well, of course I'm interested in the Mavic 3. A couple weeks ago, I did a little video on it as well, expressing a couple of concerns about the Mavic 3, but the number one reason why the Mavic 3 won't be introduced into my business yet has to do with what you're seeing up on screen right now. So in our classes, in our teachable classes here on YouTube and over on our Patreon channel, we're often talking about actual practical applications where we're doing jobs for clients. In my case, doing jobs for real estate, for builders, and for people who are buying new custom builds. And we have our workflow down to a pretty tight pattern at this point. And how we deliver information to our clients, we've also got worked out really well. But one of the big things is, can I use the software applications, the flight applications out there that help me pre-plan my flights and execute consistent flights when we're doing progression reporting, like time-lapse work, for instance. Lychee is one of the many tools that we happen to use for planning flights, for saving flights, and for reflying things that we want to do time-lapse on, for instance. So time-lapse stills or time-lapse video. And whenever DJI comes out with something new, what has to come behind that new product is also a software developer's kit for the folks who are making some of these flight applications. Now, the top used ones here at AZ Drone are Lychee. We've got the list of them up here. We're going to go through each of them. But I get a lot of questions for people when new drones come out. So when the newest DJI models come out or any other items come out, people always want to know, hey, can I use Lychee with this drone, that drone, or the other drone? And sometimes the answer is a little disappointing, not yet. So the SDK is sometimes released after the release of the drone, and apologies for the background beeps there. But so sometimes the SDK does not make it to these app developers until after the new product is launched. So you're all excited. You go and you make that purchase of the Mavic 3 that's going to be coming out here in November after all the leaks we've seen, and you're going to get it. And then you're going to find out that you can't use your favorite flight application for the jobs you do. Now, maybe that's okay. Maybe you're just a hobbyist and you don't want to do construction progression reporting. You're not doing this as a business. And probably all the tools that you need are going to be coming with the new Mavic 3. And you'll have a flight app from DJI, of course, and maybe they'll have some solutions for doing some mapping and modeling, but they might not have everything that we've been accustomed to using in our businesses. So in my business, Lychee is in fact one of the top applications we use. And you can actually see, you can go to the support site for Lychee and find out, hey, what drones are usable? Well, here's our list right here, right now. So we're doing this November 1st, Monday morning. So Lychee is compatible with the Mavic Mini 1, Mavic Air 2, the Mavic 2 Zoom and Pro, the regular Mavic or Air and Pro, the Phantom 4 Standard Advanced Pro, Pro V2, Phantom 3, and then they've got standard 4K Advanced Professional and Inspire 1. So we don't see, there are a couple of drones missing from here. It's not just the Mavic 3. So some of the other newer releases recently, they're still waiting on the SDK stuff. So you can see that right here. Lychee is not yet compatible with the Mini 2, the Mini SE, or the Air 2S. They're going to add support as soon as they get the SDK. So this is what I'm talking about. So before you make that multi-$1,000 investment just to find out that you can't use the applications you use on your job sites, do a little research beforehand. So Lychee is one of our tops. Let's check out the next one here. So here we are at Maps Made Easy's Map Pilot. And remember, we've got the new version, Map Pilot Pro, that came out some number of months back. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it is up on our Teachable class as well, and we do have videos here on the YouTube channel as well. So they've got their support list, Mavic Pro. I'm not going to read all these out. You can read these yourselves as well, so you can go to any of these flight app manufacturers, and they're going to have the list, so what's compatible and what's not right now. So at the moment, we are not seeing the Mavic 3 here. Ground Station Pro, which is an application that's iOS only. Well, it's not iOS. It's iPad only. So taking it a step further, it's not just iOS. It has to be iPads. They have their list, and you'll note that some of the more recent drones in the DJI family are not showing up as supported yet either. So even DJI, another department at DJI that creates Ground Station Pro, they don't have every single one of the newest drones out there. So they do have a really good pool of what they support, but those new minis are missing from this right now. All right, let's close this one down. Drone Harmony is an application that we use. That's an Android-only application. We've actually done some tutorials here and on Drone Harmony's site, and checking through their supported hardware and software right now, we don't have the Mavic 3 listed yet as well. So they're waiting on the SDK as well. And just one more, so Drone Deploy, which has their own capture application, and then you can actually upload your images for modeling to Drone Deploy. They do not have the Mavic 3 listed in here right now, and so we do see that they've got the Air, the Pro, a couple others, but we don't see that Air 2 or another one of the lighter ones as well. So sometimes it's a really quick turnaround, and if the SDK comes out quickly, the app developers can do their thing and bring us our favorite applications for our newest drones. But in the meantime, before you hit that purchase button, before you make a decision, I would really suggest whatever your favorite flight application is for modeling and mapping, that you make sure that your new drone is going to be supported. Otherwise, you're going to run into some disappointment, and you might not be able to use the drone to its fullest potential on your job sites. Now, in my case, what we've built our business around is what you just saw. So Lychee, Ground Station Pro, Drone Harmony, and Map Pilot Pro. That is our normal stable of applications when we're going to client job sites. So in the meantime, with that new one coming out, that gives us a little time to also get some of the feedback and people's initial impressions. We don't have to be the first folks out there getting that new drone. I really advise against that, especially if you're building your business out of this and you've got your process in place. Give it a little time, see what other users' reactions are, see when the SDK is launched, and see when you can use your favorite applications. It might be the case that things have changed so much that it's going to be more work for those application developers, so keep that in mind. And of course, you can email into their support groups at each of the capture apps out there. And I do know there are other applications out there as well. These just happen to be the core of my business, and I am always watching out for new flight applications that can make life easier for me, including Measure ground control, I think it is. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go, measure.com. So they also do have flight application, and this was recommended to me by one of the folks on our Patreon channel. So I have checked it out, and we'll be testing with it within the next couple months, I'm sure. But this group, like any other group, will also be waiting on the SDK. So once again, you don't need to be the first purchaser out there for the latest and greatest. Hey, if DJI sent one along to me that I could test and share my insights with you, I'd be happy to do that. but this is still a smaller channel. So if you enjoy the content here and you found this information valuable today, be sure to like and subscribe and recommend us to your friends who are also drone operators looking to build their own drone businesses. We'd love to have them along here on channel as well. All right, everybody, that's the heads up for today. And I hope you understand, totally not clickbait in the title. And there's one major reason, if you're actually in business with your drone, that you might want to hold off on that next new drone purchase until you know what you can use to fly it and what you can't. We'll see you all again real soon, and have a great start to November.